Are Eternal Guard any good in patch 6.2.2? I'm compelled to focus only on the unit itself, its variants, and good and bad things in terms of battlefield performance, instead of dwelling on the campaign issues for now. They're reliable anti-large frontline infantry. Okay, how good? Let's find out. The base unit recruited for 475 gold and 119 upkeep. On Ultra, this gets you 100 entities with 7,200 health between them for obviously 72 each. This affects how survivable or catastrophic certain area effect spells can be. Armor is 40, leadership a mighty 80, speed 33, and charge speed 40 are fine. Melee attack begins at 26 with an attack interval of 4.5, which isn't nearly as bad as for some. No splash damage. Melee defense begins at 36. We'll get to Forced Stalker elsewhere. Weapon strength is listed as 24 base, but that's split 4 base and 20 armor piercing, so a tremendously pro-penetration stat, with a bonus versus large of 15, which jacks up both melee attack and the just mentioned weapon strength, a fat boost to both. Charge bonus is 10 and mass is 100. This woodsman unit faces through trees, can hide in forest, and has charge bonus versus large and charge reflection. For the shielded variant, 550 to recruit, 138 to upkeep, a mighty 55% of small arms missile fire from the front resisted and blocked. Melee defense 44 is a better, charge bonus of 6 is 4 worse, and mass is still 100. The same traits are retained. Forest Stalker increases melee defense by 15% when in a forest. A unit without ranged will not be affected by the accuracy alteration, as is the case here. In the redline skills, Piercing Thorns, only seen elsewhere with Dryads, provides at 3 pips plus 6 melee attack and plus 12% weapon strength, on the principle they didn't need a defensive boost early. At rank 7, Shield of the Forest fills that gap with plus 12 armor, plus 5 melee defense, and 10% physical resistance where none existed previously. In the tech tree, Vol the Maker as plus 10 armor, Eldrazer, Lord of Blades, as plus 5 melee attack and plus 10% physical resistance, making Ancient Treeman combo play even more important, and Wisdom of the Cypress reduces fatigue buildup. Wisdom of the Oak adds expert charge defense to Eternal Guard specifically, so you can better resist Norscan Berserker charges. So how do we use Eternal Guard? Well, this part is super simple. This is your stay out of my backline deterrent against grounded cavalry and monsters, and realistically a lot of infantry too, though less good at actually damaging those. They're not incompetent at it, they're just not as great, aside from ignoring most of the armor. This is fine in a roster brimming with monsters and ranged units. The fact they are this armor-piercing means even cavalry at the higher end of Warhammer 3 offerings, from Razorgore Chariots to Chaos Knights, will be punished from contact with them. That helps a lot because you aren't necessarily getting armor-piercing from other sources easily. So the use is simple, it's just a matter of if you can get them, how many you need, and remembering that 7,200 health is really not that high in the grand scheme of things. They're good at their job, with shields even better, a little pricey but oh well, and so too, they're not going to win your battles on their own, that's not their job. Their job is to last and protect, and they do a fine enough job of that to get by, come demon or dragon. Treasure them and use them with defensive aggression. Take care and have fun keeping the forests green and pristine.